Well, welcome back to the Christmas special weekly yarns. For those of you new, my name's Barry. 2022, what a year 2022 has been, hasn't it? Really busy for us. So Christmas is just a couple of days away, and I know everybody's going to be busy. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet, and then we can crack on, get on with our busy lives, and we can get Christmas sorted. So, 2022. Looking back at it, who would have ever thought 1st of January last year I released my first ever video, not me ever video, but what I consider to be the first video of the 990 restoration series. It was a series of still images with a little bit of video with the engine, the DB990 engine, the 449, standing on its little cradle, painted up in primer, partially assembled, a little bit of talking, a little bit of narrative, shall we say, all done on a Samsung phone. We didn't have any other equipment. That's all we had, just the Samsung phone. And I started by thinking that out there some guys might be interested in what we're doing and coming along the way and seeing what we're achieving with my little DB990. I had been busy with it because I bought this the 11th of January the year before, so I had been busy with it previously, and I just wished I had started the series earlier because there's so much we missed out on, like the total rebuild of the engine, front axle rebuild, kingpins, bushings, lots of things like that we just didn't get to video. And if I was to do it all again, in fact the next project will be from day one. It'll be from us receiving whatever that project will be through to completion, because there is so much that we haven't filmed. And I'm pleased we've got good friends like Lance Maskell, Shane Bush, who is covering other things that I haven't covered in my video series. Shane's started with the top link assembly. I thought I had a couple of still images of the top link when I pulled my to bits, but I haven't. For whatever reason, I've lost a lot of images somewhere of parts of the rebuild of the tractor that I did, such as the kingpins, reaming the kingpins out and things like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Next project, we will start, as I say, from day one right through to completion, 100% cover. When you think about it, you know, if it hadn't been for the videos and hadn't been for one tractor, there's 670 of you guys out there now that I've met that I would never have met in any other way. It's wonderful to see the response, because let's face it, doing the videos looks easy, and anybody out there who posts videos will know it's not as easy as it looks on YouTube. I'll give you a little for instance. The resealing of the cold start screw. If you're at home in your workshop, you got all your tools set out, you got a seal kit there, it's a 10-minute job. 2 spanners, 10-minute job. In, thank you, wham bam, thank you ma'am, out, done. Clean up the mess. To film that was probably a morning's work. By the time you get into the garage, get everything sorted out, work out where you're going to put your camera so you can see things, make sure there's enough light, then get it to the bench and reposition everything, and then do it all again to put it back in. So it's about a morning's work to do a 10-minute job. Then you got to come in here and you got to sit and do all the editing and that. But you know what? All that's worthwhile when you get people like Shane, who comes back on and says, like at the end of the video, once he's watched the video, he'll come back on, put a comment on, my cold start screw's leaking, I've seen the video, I've just ordered the kit, it's on its way, I'm going to get it done. And I emailed Shane and said, well, when you do it, video it, pop it on YouTube, let us have a look at it. Things like that, and Lance, who has worked on tractors since 1977, I think he said. And he came back and said, I've never done one of them before ever in my life, the cold start screws. And I'm surprised actually how many people are coming back and saying, where did he get the kit from? Who can I talk to about the seals? I'm going to do mine because mine's been leaking for years. When you get feedback like that, positive feedback like that, and you see that what you're doing is having a positive result out there, it's absolutely amazing. And as I say, all of this, yes, the tractor would have gotten done. The tractor would have gotten done anyway in the garage. Nobody would have seen it. Nobody, including myself, would have benefited from your experiences, the experiences that I'm getting from learning during the process of doing this tractor. And I think it's a massive plus because we're all helping each other at the end of the day to put all of our tractors right. And I don't just see this as Man from the Mist is my channel. It belongs to all of us. It's a community out there now of like-minded people fixing their tractors, and not just that, developing friendships along the way. And I'm sure we will continue to go forward into 23 and make positive inroads into other projects. And again, we will all have contributions to make to that, and we will all have things to take away from it. And again, like I've said in the past, I'm not the expert here on Davy Browns. There are people out there like Lance, who served his apprenticeship, like Rod Kay, who served apprenticeships on these tractors. They come and they offer us their advice, their guidance on certain tasks, on where to do things like the gearbox. I put a comment up there on the last yarn about the gearbox, should I take it to bits? Lance was the very first person to come straight back immediately and say, yep, take it to bits, because you will regret it if you don't. You will be sitting on your tractor one day thinking about the noise and is that a problem with the bearing, is it not? And you will always be wishing you had took it to bits and had a look at it. And that's what's going to happen. As soon as the weather picks up, that gearbox is going to come to bits. Going to get wire brushed, cleaned, washed, bathed, oiled and reassembled, and then put back in the tractor. Might be a while with the weather, but we'll see, because last night somebody was saying it was minus 17.5 degrees up in Balata, up in Aberdeenshire, is it? Say Braemar, that's where Colin lives, up there. He'll have been chilly. There'll been a couple of brass monkeys running about looking for a welder up there. Anyway, as I say, keeping it short and sweet, I would just like to thank you guys, every single one of yous, for all of your help this year, for the time that you've taken to sit and watch the videos, make your comments, email me with your pictures, email me with your comments, your suggestions and ideas. It's been absolutely brilliant and a privilege this year to meet every single one of you guys out there. What's 2023 going to bring forward? Well, there are some dreams in the pipeline, shall we say, that might happen next year. We'll see, but we'll keep you informed. Again, we will do video from the very beginning of that project should it come to light. We'll just keep our fingers crossed, eh? Right then, guys, so as I say, short and sweet, all that leaves us now to say is thank you so much, every single one of yous out there, for supporting the channel, for liking, subscribing, sending in your comments. Been absolutely brilliant. I would just like to say from Debs and I, sound like the Queen and I, don't I? Like Queen and Prince Philip here. Unfortunately, both of them are neither longer with us. Anyway, guys, I would just like to say from Debs and I to you and all of your families a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous 2023, and we will see you in January with some more videos. Guys, thank you very much for your support. Really, really, really very much appreciated. Merry Christmas, guys. See you in the next one. Take care. Oh, and don't forget, don't overthink it. It's just nuts and bolts and Christmas cake. See you soon. Bye now.